It is a big week for New Zealand workers. So what difference?
Yeah, but is it? But is it? Is it a big week? Is it a big week? With their $12 tax cut?
Will these cuts make to families?
Well, look, this is a big week because there actually hasn't been tax relief provided to lower middle income working New Zealanders for over 14 years. And what this means is that we're actually letting New Zealanders keep more of their own money in their pocket to spend and save as they see fit. And for many people, that's going to help them with this cost of living crisis with respect to paying for the groceries, being able to help support their kids.
Are you serious, Kiwi Bird? You're getting $1? Like, this is the thing as well. I think they say the average is something like $17 or $12, which does sound like something, but then the same by the same amount, this government's cancelling a whole lot of stuff, like, for example, buses, for free buses or half price buses. So some people might be saving $12 or getting $12 a week in their tax cuts, but then paying $20, $30, $40 a week more for their transport. And also, if you look at rates and rents still going up, it doesn't make you any better off. So if your rent's gone up by $50 a week and they're giving you a $15 a week tax cut, you're still $35 a week worse off under this government.
Kids in some form or another being able to afford the fuel for their car and other costs that they're dealing with. And so it's, we think it's well deserved. We're really proud that we're able to deliver.
That's an interesting thing. I should go back to Kiwibird. Mr. Luxon says that's well deserved. Kiwibird, your $1 tax cut is well deserved.
94% of Kiwi households some form of tax relief, and that's really important.
I want to come back to something that your finance minister said in her budget speech, and to quote her, let me just read this. This budget is for the people whose doors I knocked on in the election campaign, who said $20 a week would be the difference between staying on top of the bills and being in overdraft.
Sorry, my bullshit nerve's going off with that. I mean, I know there is a tipping point for everybody. Like, there is a tipping point where $1 more puts you into debt. But I don't believe that anybody said to the minister last year, this $20 a week is now going to finally put me in the positive. I mean, he was just talking about help you're paying for your petrol. It's like $2.80 a litre at the moment. So that'll get you another 4 litres of petrol. I don't believe that. I do not believe that $20 a week is going to allow them to now live a life out of debt. I'll make sure that we get that correctly, what he said.
$1 a week would be the difference between staying on top of the bills and being in overdraft.
The difference in staying on top of the bills and being in overdraft. Yeah, so she's saying that people were telling her that with $20 a week, now I'm not going into debt, i.e. I'm not going into my overdraft anymore. I just don't believe it. Sorry, don't believe it.
But Prime Minister, for minimum wage workers, they are only $12 better off under these tax cuts. I mean, will that keep them above the bills that they're trying to pay daily?
Yeah, well, what I just say here, Daniel, is what we've done is we've taken the tax thresholds that have existed for a long period of time.
Notice he's not answering the question, because the question is, do you honestly believe $12 a week is going to keep people out of debt? $12 a week. So that 1 week where they have one extra bill, that $12 a week is going to keep them out of overdraft? That's what he's asking. And as you can see, as Mr. Luxon shows you the size of his hands, he's not going to answer the question.
Lifted them up because people have been being caught in higher tax brackets as they've had pay increases. At the same time, we've introduced what's called Family Boost to help offset costs associated with early childcare, which is really expensive in this country.
Hasn't answered the question yet.
Change some of the other tax credits as well. So I just encourage everybody, jump on the tax calculator and actually put in your numbers and see what you're entitled to. But coming on Wednesday, people have cash in their bank account. And I'm telling you, New Zealanders have been doing it really, really tough.
See, again, you can't have it both ways, Mr. Luxon. You can't say New Zealanders are doing it really, really tough. What the picture you're painting of how New Zealanders are doing is like, people are in a death spiral, like really, really tough. You can't paint it that way and then say, but $12 is going to fix it all. Because if you're only out by $12 a week, you're not doing it really, really tough. You're a bit short. You put something else on Trade Me. You're a little bit short. $12 a week is a smidge short. It's not really, really tough. So if the government's going to sell that because of Labour, people have been living really, really tough. his words again, and then give them $12 a week. You can't have it both ways. You're either a tiny bit short, so we're going to give you a tiny bit, or you're doing it really, really tough, and we're going to make it so you get a lot back so you can be out of that really, really tough situation. You cannot have it both ways.
You know, I know people are just struggling to get through from paycheck to paycheck each and every week to be able to go through the groceries. We've got some good encouraging signs. Inflation's now down to 3.3%. Food prices have fallen for the first time in the last year, which is really good, and that plan is starting to work.
Rental prices and rates are still a sticking point.
There's lots of costs across the system, Daniel. That's why we want to get tax relief to New Zealanders now. We also want to get inflation under control. When we do that, we can lower interest rates, we can get the economy moving, and we can keep people in employment. And that's what we're working so hard at in our government.
I don't think you answered my question, Prime Minister, so I'm just going to come back to the minimum wage earners. They are only $12 better off under these tax cuts. Again, I'm asking you, will this $12 keep them on top of their bills?
Well, it's a start, Daniel, isn't it? I mean, we've got to do many, many things. We're giving people tax relief, first time in 14 years, good for low and middle income working New Zealanders, designed that way to give them, benefit, which is important. At the same time, we're working hard on the causes of inflation to get inflation down, which has been our major, major problem in our economy over the last few years. It's gone from 7% down to 3.3%. Food prices have fallen for the first time. So there's lots of things that we've got to do.
I do get a bit frustrated because this is the kind of medium you have to sort of let them get the answer out because you've only got them for 7 minutes. Oh, he's showing us his hands again. But right, this is the follow up, and Daniel, bless his heart, is not pushing. So Mr. Luxon, you are saying that you think New Zealanders are doing it really, really tough. Mr. Luxon would say yes, absolutely. Mr. Luxon, do you think $12 will fix that? You know? Because no, it won't. It's a start. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Luxon. $12 is a start. When are they going to see more than that? If this is the start, when is the end, and what will the end look like?